Where's... Oops. Oh, I've got it open. Oh, hang on. Just got to... Right, so we are live, I think. Hang on, let me just double check everything. Check. Too many windows, not enough screens. Yes, we are live. Right, pause that. Double check Facebook. Yes, we are. Go on, sorry.
No, sorry. What platforms are you streaming on right now?
Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. You just need to make sure that the YouTube in particular, because you have to do the whole right, so we should be live on YouTube as well. Do the whole whoops. Right, yeah, so we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch, and we are live on Facebook, and we're live on Rumble, but I can't figure out where that... Yeah, so we're live on Rumble as well, so we are live.
Live.
Live, yeah. Do it live.
Okay.
Right, so, yes, quite a lot's happened in the past couple of days, as everyone no doubt knows. To be frank, I'm still wrapping my head around this myself. So, you know, the calculations and the numbers and all that stuff. Hang on, let me just bring that calculator thing on. Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to kind of... I've played about with this a little bit.
So, do you want to run through... So, we'll run through what's basically happened, and maybe speculate as to why it's happened. So this isn't us justifying it. This is us looking at a rationale behind why it may be done. Because obviously, as creators, we all know that IMVU, the catalogue, has had big problems with, you know, creators basically gaming the catalogue and or the reward system, that is the royalty program. So speculatively, obviously, because IMVU hasn't necessarily made this plainly obvious with the news announcement that they made on Discord the other day, but this may be an effort to reduce that gaming of the royalty program. So go on, sorry.
I think that what they want to do is to make it less profitable to game the system and more profitable to post original content.
Yeah.
Or derive from original content. That's what they're trying to... That's what they tried to say. So
yeah.
With this update, the mix of credits and credit... No, sorry, my bad. Wrong one. The 20% cap also helps ensure that royalty payments... Sorry. It's designed to support a healthier creator economy and improve catalog consistency. Currently, some derived products are priced with extremely high markups, resulting in disproportionately large royalties, even when only minor or superficial changes have been made. This is directly referencing zero change or non-change derives.
Yes.
By introducing this cap, we've created a more balanced system that rewards creativity while reducing the incentive for zero change derivations intended solely to maximize profit. So I think it's for two things.
Yeah.
I think they want to minimize zero change derives, but in my opinion, that this doesn't really help much in this case.
Right. Yeah.
I think more so they're trying to stop people laundering through the royalty program. So I think we've all seen it. There's been creators that have extremely high priced non-change derives, and they go on feed and they say, gift me for likes, gift me for, and they in their catalog they have extremely high priced products, usually non-change derives, ranging in the thousands of credits. I think IMVU is directly kind of targeting that as well, not just zero change derives.
Yeah.
That's two of the speculative things I can think about that.
Because I mean that's the overall that's been the big problem, is the gaming of the system, and I mean not necessarily the ease with which that can be done, because obviously it's not easy to do. You have to spend a reasonable amount of resources in order to get, catalog stuffing, multiple creator accounts that are all tied together, all sorts of other things that you can do to game the system. But the end result is essentially, once they are approved, obviously, that means that they are cashing out, as you say, from bad faith or bad actor activities.
And there's nothing really they can do it on the royalty point of view, because they have such high profit margins. They also have, probably speculatively, they probably have super high massa as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a kind of ditch effort, but it's not really. It will not just have the effect that they want. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So the idea is that, I mean, the thing that I don't understand about the numbers is, based on the examples that they gave. Do we have the?
Pinned in the chat.
Which, the official chat?
Yeah, the official thread they made. It's pinned there.
Right, hang on. Right, there we go. So jump to that. How does this work? Hang on. Right, opening browser. Right, so copy, paste.
There you go.
Right, so there's that one.
This was like, who drops that and runs, really? I'm not a math person.
No. You know that whenever I see something like that, you know that meme of the oldish professor-looking guy that does the exploding head with all the numbers. Well, ordinarily that's supposed to mean that your head's exploding and all the numbers coalesce into some complicated theory of the universe. It doesn't. It never coalesces to me. It's just floating numbers. The numbers just keep floating. They don't do anything.
Oh gosh.
Right. So, yeah, we've got these examples, and the thing that confuses me is the fact that, whoops.
For me, it's the algebra.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. Drop a technical engineering drawing in front of me, and that makes perfect sense. But this, yeah.
Okay.
So the thing that's confusing me is, so we've got the 20% cap.
Yeah.
Right, the royalty cap.
Yeah.
And looking at the numbers that we've got down here as examples of
appropriate profiting. That's
yeah.
the example.
Yeah.
So what they have is in the price build, the first one, you have the base price of the base derivable.
Yeah.
So that's the first box. Then the second box would be the person that derives from the empty, and they add 100 credit profit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the IMVU 10% tax is what goes on top of that. And then you have the product price, which comes after, which is $4.49.
Right. Yeah.
Which is the third one. Royalty base, IMVU payout, because it's underneath 20%, it stays fine. And that creator will get the full 100% of their profit, which is 100 credits or 0.04, I think.
Yeah.
The second one added 50 credits, which is still within range.
Yeah.
The tax for that is 6, and product price would be 504, royalty base is 50, and they still get 100% of their, because it's underneath the 20%. And so on and so forth.
Right. So the royalty base. So basically, that's your profit.
300 and I think it was 370. The
Yeah.
total that you can put in profit on top of the empty base derivable. I'm talking about avatarware. I'm not talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. All the other.
I haven't calculated those yet.
Yeah.
But the total is around. I think it's around 370 credits.
So basically, when you earn your 50 credits profit, 20 credits of that 50 are valid, so we say, for royalty payout against.
Only if you go over.
Yes.
Only if you've already gone over the royalty. So it depends. That's the side of the math that I don't understand. Once you start to go over, depending on how much profit you actually put, if you put maybe you just go 100 credits over.
Yeah.
Then apparently there'll only be decimals skimmed off. But the higher you go against the original profit, the more gets chopped off.
Yeah.
I studied some of my products, obviously, when this first came out, and when I got my hands on the calculator, and it goes all the way up to, I think, 50% or more. I'm not sure if there's even
right
more.
So when you make your product, if you have a profit of 100 credits, you earn the 100 credits as your profit, but you're effectively only getting, what is it, 40%? 40.
You get 0.40 on the dollar.
Yeah, so you end up with 40.
Cash.
Yeah, 40 credits essentially being what's converted into cash.
Yes.
Which in this case is 8.91%.
0.91%.
So if that was 200, that's 80 credits that are then converted into cash, and so on and so on. So depending on the derivation chain, the number of derivations, and the amount of,
It's not really the number of derivations, but the amount of profit.
Yes.
More as it can be just one derivation of,
Yes.
like Clodus heads, for example.
Yes.
Clodus heads have a lot of profit on the first mesh, and
Yeah.
then going down the line, that's one of the products where I saw that I was only earning, I think it was 8.
Yeah.
8 versus the 16 that I had originally. Right now, it's crazy. So yeah, it's not just it's 100% reliant on how much people are actually planning to profit from the product, and it doesn't affect people in the chain before. So if I derive from a product that already has maybe 500 credits as a profit for the previous person, if I get capped, it doesn't affect the person before. They still get the full amount of their profit.
Yeah.
So it's designed to affect people making long derivation chains with excessive profit. What they call excessive is 370 credits.
Yeah. So the so you can get hit both ways in the sense of depending on what. Whoops. What did I just do? Hang on. Whoops. Too many windows open. Depending on what you are. So let's say derivation 1 set 1,000 credits.
Yeah,
that basically means that you're going to get hit.
That means that person's going to get hit. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've set their build price, profit, etc., relatively high. So the product price, royalty base, relatively high to then trigger the 20% versus the flip side, which is being part of or towards the end of a long derivation chain where the cumulative, because that's what this looks to me, is it's the cumulative effect of all the money that's going through or the credits that are going through. That's when that triggers. So you can trigger it two ways, and basically I mean, I think I mentioned in one of the chats somewhere that essentially this is a price control system. It's a mechanism of price control.
It's an inflation control, or what they want to call it, inflation. I don't know. They're trying to make sure we don't earn. They want us to earn without getting a bigger slice of the cake, basically. I want to stipulate that they're not keeping the profits directly. They will get, like, once you get capped to 20%, you will get the rest in credits, apparently, once the system is in place. They'll be paying people in credits, so this might have a bad effect further down the line where people might be tempted to get rid of these excess credits, illegally. So it's going to open a whole other Pandora's box in that regard. Like, they already have problems with that. Well, now it's going to be even worse because they'll have people that are already earning royalty and selling on the side. It's such a mess. In my opinion, it's just...
Yeah, because that means then that, well, for every 100 credits that you earn, 40, so it's 40 of them.
80.
Sorry?
80. No, it's not really figurative. It's not that they will take like 20%.
No,
that's your profit.
Yeah.
You only make a maximum of 20% wholesale.
Yeah.
So of the product price. That's also very confusing to me, but here we are.
Yeah, confused face.
I think we could be here all day trying to understand the math.
Well, that's yeah, because I mean that's what that's what I've been trying to figure out is what does this mean in practice? Not all the numbers and all the the charts that we've got here, but what does it mean in practice? So if I'm deriving a product from the base IMVU item,
it means that drive carefully.
Yeah.
It means that you're going to have to be very selective on what you derive and very selective on how you price your products. It means you're going to have to do math, handstands, and backflips before you even submit something, before you even start a project, especially for people that are deriving. I mean, before when you wanted to derive an expensive mesh or something that was a little bit more detailed and maybe not as economical as you'd have liked from the texture point of view, now you have to keep in mind that you're probably not even going to get that full amount in money. It's not that you can just compensate. even straight off the bat, people can be working on something now, and then when they go to submit it in a couple of, maybe in a month or so, they find that they can't earn the money that they planned on earning from these products. It's absolutely confusing.
Hang on, there's
very overwhelming.
Are you able to boost your microphone output? Hang on, let me try something here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Wait a minute.
Let's try that. If this breaks your ear holes, people in the chat.
I have front and back microphone.
Right, now that should be see if that works, Fenner. It's just a comment that trying to get the audio balanced. Because you sound perfectly fine to me.
Oh, I was going to say, you sound fine to me as well.
Yeah.
I didn't realise I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on chat.
No, I don't.
I apologise. I'm really sorry.
Well, if anybody's in the Discord, in the voice channel, click on. If you have any questions, just click on the little speaky icon. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Right, so just a couple of comments. The boost bot stuff. Buy this for likes. Yep. Cream. Thanks. Yep. Cindy, I wonder if they can introduce checking ZCDs, zero change derivables, filtering. But then you've got the question of the peer review. How do you do that? Do you filter them before they hit peer or after they hit peer? Do you put the filtering in peer review and expect people to catch those? Cream was just cutting ZCD profits entirely. Yeah. But again, you're back to the question of how do you determine whether something's a ZCD or not? I mean, they can check for... You're welcome, Fenner. You can check for dodgy meshes because of the way that meshes are structured. But when it comes to textures, that's a bit more tricky for the engineers to filter. Airfen, no, it's probably here because we're using Discord, and Discord has a different volume audio setting to the streaming software, so we sound perfectly fine on Discord, but the translation of Discord to the streaming software and then out to the internet is probably getting its pants in a twist. So it wasn't just you, it was probably the translation. So yeah, that's the whole problem with the idea of introducing this as a system of mitigating gaming the system, because obviously there are different ways in which the gaming happens, because it's not just ZCDs, it's people catalog spamming, people creating dozens of creator accounts and funneling all the profits through to moving credits around basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we discuss the other things that they also said?
Yes. Yeah.
Let me just open the notification on my phone. Okay, so the first thing and most important thing I think was the royalties. They also said that they're going to be doing a 50-50 credits and credit split.
Yeah, now that is yeah, exploding head. I
don't even know what this is.
No. Yeah. So is that 50-50 before the 20% cap was kicked in, or
no? That's more mental aerobics to me, because they drop something where they're saying that people are going to have different earnings through the length of the derivation chain, and now they're saying that we're going to split credits and credits 50-50. That's weird.
So yeah, so does that? So if somebody's, let's say for the sake of argument, something costs 1,000 credits. So somebody buys that item for 1,000 actual credits, real credits. Does that then mean that this system or this whatever this thing is, does that mean that 50% of those real credits are going to be converted into credits as a way of compensating or
isn't it dev tokens though? That's the thing.
well, yeah,
Like,
that for us, yeah, that would be what if an item that costs 1,000 credits, 50% of that is turned into credits, which would be 500 credits, but we only get 1 DT per sale, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's only if it's paid fully in credits. I think if they pay in credits, then you do get your equivalent, unless you don't. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I had no idea that it wasn't split equally. I thought it already was. That's why I'm confused with that one.
Well, you can buy products with credits and credits within the same purchase. If you don't have enough credits, it flips to credits. So
yeah,
that's understandable, because obviously that just means from our perspective as creators, we just get 1 DT for that sale. But what does that then mean in relation to this 50-50 credit split?
I think that before the credits maybe were sent along the derivation tree or something. Maybe that's what they're saying. I think they're going to have to elaborate, because this is confusing.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just copy paste the announcement that they made with the details in. Right, so the first stuff is the VIP stuff. Let's just make this a bit bigger font. Make that huge. And the next one is the royalty program stuff.
Yeah, I think the Emerald, the VIP thing stuff came after. It was first thing they dropped was the first thing they dropped was the hard cap. Then it was the 50-50 credits.
So
and then the sticker.
We want to be paying attention to this section then. Whoops. Oh, that's the little. We want to be paying attention to that. So important changes to the royalties and payouts. To royalties and payouts.
Yeah.
So
that explains the royalty payout hard cap. Well, explains. It made everyone crazy.
Right, let's just.
Didn't explain much.
No, hang on. Let's just. Right, whoops. Let's just paginate this. So that's the VIP stuff. Right, so. Where did that go? Whoops. Right, so that's that one, that's that one. It's obviously not kept the formatting from Discord.
Okay.
So
I'm just having a look at the chat here in Discord.
Yeah.
yeah, ZCDs or NCDs, depending on your preference, are zero change derives and non-change derives.
Right.
Basically meaning a product that is derived and not changed, get the profit onto it. Kat, do you know what IMVU has done in the past to limit creators besides Massa?
No, I saw that.
I don't think.
Long term, people that have been with IMVU for a long time will remember the Pro Creator program as it was originally set up, which you had to be vetted and approved by IMVU. They went through an extensive process of vetting creators to be part of that program. So this was for you to be able to cash out. So they had it was a very exclusive club, for want of a better way of putting it. And as far as I'm aware, that's the only real significant quality control that IMVU have had in place. But that morphed into basically, it's morphed over the years into what we have now. When did so it was 2010, I think, when the next big change came. I can't remember what that was.
The creator, the new client.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That was the new client. We used to have, like now, we used to have the social platform and the creating platform separate.
Yes.
The software.
Yeah.
And the next change was getting rid of the royalty, getting rid of the resellers.
Yes.
And introducing the creator royalty
That's
program.
That's it. Yeah.
I think
2012, 13, 14.
No, further down the line. It was. I want to say it's between 13, 14, or 15 even. Yeah. I think so. I'm not even sure.
That's 10 years.
It was a long time ago.
10 years.
And they haven't even given us a raise in all that time. Shame.
No.
So once resellers came into effect, the resellers were phased out, then they introduced Massa.
Yes.
No one was pleased about.
Yeah.
That was the first limit that we really felt, I think.
Yeah, because
income-wise.
Yeah, and so in a similar sense, this new change is the equivalent of getting rid of the resellers, because that
equivalent of a harder Massa.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, because when they closed the resellers, that basically closed out that black market gaming, another avenue where payout was gamed by bad actors, bad faith creators, who would set themselves up as resellers, credit resellers, and earn money from, let's just call it black activity, for want of a better way of explaining it. So when they closed all of that down, that kiboshed much of that. I mean, some of it still goes on within the realms of the black market websites, but overall, in terms of not necessarily a price control, but being able to control the way that the economy functions, I would hazard a guess to say that this is the same kind of, there's probably the same kind of thinking, for want of a better way of putting it, that that they're implementing another means through which they can control how much.
I think they actually did it because of tax reasons. They had to.
Right.
I think it was obligated by them. This is them being, as again, this is a long time ago. I'm speculating
Yeah.
through things I've heard.
Yeah.
But apparently, it was the IRS was knocking on the door saying, "Hey, this is not good," and they had to kind of make it more official. They made it so selling credits at all is totally prohibited and against the
Oh,
terms of service.
right. Yeah.
And took
Yeah. Yeah.
and took the whole royalty thing. Massa was thought at first to be a way of them mitigating people dumping huge amount
Yeah.
of credits
Yeah.
and bankrupting IMVU overnight.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's prolonged to the point where it's become an institution and people are happy about it. Obviously, we did a forum a few months ago regarding this to see if we could better the situation, and
I'm trying to
we'll go into
figure
that
out.
further along.
Yeah, where we put that. Bring that up on screen.
I don't think I have that anymore. The other change that they did was the tiers.
Yeah.
They made it so that tiers are changed a little bit more dynamically, a little bit faster, effectively creating a little bit faster market.
Yeah.
Which has exhausted people. I don't know about you guys, but I'm exhausted. I'm tired.
Right, here we go.
Some people say that's an issue as well, but that's one of the changes they made most recently.
So this is the Massa.
God.
This is the Massa survey that we did. When did we do this? Let's check the date on that. February. So earlier this year.
Yep.
And
I remember vividly.
Yeah, Massa needs an update. So we were asking the community questions about the Massa program and what they would like to see, or what.
Trying to be a little bit realistic as well.
Yes.
So we did try and be a little bit realistic, like.
Yeah, working within the confines of what's.
If they didn't take it straight away, what kind of small changes could make it better for you, and if you could pay for certain privileges, what would the privileges be? Stuff like that.
Mofo on YouTube. Has there been any further documentation shared about this from IMVU, or are we still relying on the message shared in the server? I checked my creator messages, and I haven't had a message in my creator inbox. So
the official statements right now have come from staff member Saturi, who is the community manager, I think.
Yes, he is.
And the updates, he did provide us those graphs. Everything else, the graphs from with the boxes and stuff, but everything else has been provided by users thus far. And the update that we have is that staff have taken into account the very large reaction that this has had, obviously, put it lightly. And they're actually having emergency meetings today about this, but he can't promise that we will have any news today. But as soon as he knows anything, he's going to let us.
Choco Shape on Twitch. What would be the maximum total price of a product to avoid the 20% cap rule, or does it apply? Yeah, does it apply to everything? Yeah,
it depends.
Yeah, it depends on the product.
On your product.
Yeah.
If it's an give me a second. If it's a okay, 2 seconds opening this.
Because accessories are usually relatively cheap, rooms are relatively more expensive, generally speaking. So depending on what sort of breakdown you put, it's going to be more profitable, for want of a better way of putting it, to be deriving from accessories versus rooms. But that's a rule of thumb, not a guarantee.
Yeah, it depends on the profit already on the
Yep.
product. I would say anything underneath the 700 range is safe
Yeah.
for avatar wearing items. Anything that has a profit over 370, a profit between measure and texture, okay?
Yeah.
For avatar based products, anything above that is going to have little siphonings of profit off. It begins small. So if you have a product that's 800 credits in the catalog right now, an avatar war product, you're not going to notice like all of a sudden your profit's halved. That's not how it works. Okay, I want to dispel that. Like people are thinking, oh, I'm only going to get 20% of the profit. No, absolutely not. As long as your product itself is not super expensive, you're not going to notice it as much as people that are overpricing, like really overpricing their products.
Yeah, so basically if you, let's say for the sake of argument, you have a standard profit margin that you put on all your products of 250 credits, you're likely never to get hit by this unless you're at the tail end of a long derivation chain. Mm-hmm. That would be my understanding. So if you are deriving, I mean, I suppose in some senses this is a correction mechanism for doing that or preventing doing that. So when you derive from a product, as a matter of principle, you should always generally be looking at the base product that chain is derived from. And depending on what it is that you are deriving or what you will then edit. So if you say, let's say you change, you derive a shirt, download the textures for that shirt, depending on that, in theory, you could use the modified textures that you download for the derivation. This is where it gets tricky because you start to get into the realms of it's not moral, but instead of creating a new derivation from the product that you are getting the textures from, you go all the way back to the root and derive from that and upload your new updated version of.
Yeah, that's theft.
yeah. So that's a weird.
It already happens. It already
happens.
And sadly, it's going to happen more.
Yeah.
People are going to be cheeky. People are going to start stealing.
Yeah, because
they've already done it, but
that's what this. Yeah, that's what this mechanism may very well not necessarily encourage, but there's nothing to stop you from doing that. The only reason that it isn't done and it's frowned upon is the ethical questions around.
No, it's a DMCA offence. If you take someone's textures from their product, go back in the chain to the mesh that they've derived. If that mesher didn't make those textures, you're stealing from the first creator.
Yeah.
That's copyright infringement.
Yeah.
That's theft 101.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is not. Yeah, that's definitely something that will get you in trouble.
Yeah. So, but this is, when something like this is implemented in terms of a royalty cap, creators are going to look for ways. Bad faith actors are going to look for ways to game the system, and that's potentially one way they can game the system. So we then have to think about, okay, so what checks and balances are in place to be able to catch that or mitigate it, that that doesn't necessarily require or obligate creators, because how would a creator know necessarily? Because the extended creator reports don't necessarily catch that, do they? That misappropriation of textures. It does it for meshes, but not necessarily for textures.
Usually you come across it by accident, or someone
Yes,
tells you,
somebody
or
tells you, yeah.
speaking from experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. We have another question, and this is actually really relevant to another subject, which is plaguing IMVU right now, which is the long waits in peer review.
Yeah.
So, as you all know, well, I don't know if you all know, but now you the the higher tiers of VIP have what's called peer review privileges.
Yeah.
So you can go into live chat and you can pass your products, 10 products at a time, each chat, through peer review instantly, and not have to wait the upwards of 15 days now that peer review is taking. I want to clarify the these people using this privilege is not annoying, okay? I use this privilege myself. They're not contributing to any queue. They're actually taking away the load from peer review instead of adding to it. The problem is we have people that do a lot of non-change derives and submit a lot of these kind of products into peer review, and they more than likely don't do it. Not for the hundreds of products that they're putting in. And that can contribute. Also, I want to address a problem. I'm going to read this. 2 seconds. Because I can't remember what thread it was in.
So this would be part of the update information for the VIP, the Emerald VIP, Diamond VIP, Platinum VIP.
It's the Diamond and Emerald VIP are the ones that have the peer review privileges.
Right.
And you pay more, obviously. I think Diamond is $10 more, so you're paying $20. Emerald, $30, and they have different, privileges.
Right. So the update is, I'm assuming, is changing that to a little bit. So Emerald creators or Emerald VIP, Emerald creators can withdraw up to their massa plus an extra 10%, capped at $100, when their royalty balance exceeds their massa. They can also request expedited payouts that arrive in 1 to 3 business days for a 2% processing fee. Hold your horses, we'll get to this because
this is good. This is really good.
In addition, they can use their royalty balance to pay for Emerald VIP when their balance is below $99. Diamond creators can withdraw up to their massa plus an extra 3%, capped at $50, when their royalty balances exceed their massa. Excuse me. They can also request expedited payouts that arrive 2 to 4 days for a 5% processing fee. And then there is Platinum. Is it Emerald, Diamond, then Platinum, or Platinum, Diamond, then Emerald? I can't remember which way.
Platinum is Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Emerald.
Right, so Emerald is the top tier.
Emerald is the top tier.
Yeah, Emerald, sorry, yeah. So standard payouts for all VIP tiers will now be completed within 5 to 7 business days, with expedited options available for Emerald and Diamond creators. This change aligns with the standard timeline with the typical banking and compliance processing, so payout timing remains predictable during higher volume periods. So Platinum is just basically box standard baseline, the system as it currently stands. But yeah, so do you want to
I'm cringing. Okay, guys, do you want to put on the
where's it gone?
Okay, so back in February we did that form, and I want y'all to pay attention to this. We asked a couple of questions. Like to see for massa, if massa was increased, if massa was removed, if massa was
Yeah,
if you could pay to get massa and stuff.
Yeah.
So
if massa was increased by 1%, how would this be calculated? Hang on, let me see if I
yeah,
can
things
zoom in
like
on
that.
So we were basically asking questions about if changes could be made to the massa program, what would be practicable, what would be acceptable, what would people ideally want. So we're asking a series of questions in relation to that. And as we just go through some of the questions, you might get a sense that some of the questions and the answers given relate to the VIP update information they just dropped. So
basically, they took our farm, looked over it, and monetized what they could. And that's it. And they
basically,
didn't do
yes.
anything with the massa at all.
Yeah. So yeah.
Like for faster, getting like I see a similarity with them asking to be able to get more massa with the faster.
Here we go. Question 7. If massa was not removed, but you could pay a fee to receive the maximum once a month, currently 10,000 USD, would this be something you would consider? And
doing.
Yeah.
And it's quite divided, interestingly.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's more or less 50-50, and it's swayed by a pretty, well, it's actually more thirds, really.
Maybe.
Yeah, and the maybe is obviously it depends on how it's done.
Much. Yeah.
So yes, so basically how much, yeah. So they've essentially converted that from
back to VIP.
To VIP. Where's it gone?
It's towards Diamond and Emerald.
Yeah, there we go.
There.
So
Emerald creators can withdraw up to the massa plus an extra 10% capped at $100 when their royalty balance exceeds their massa.
Yeah, so a
2% processing fee.
Yeah. I'm not saying this is our fault, but
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
If you could pay a fee to withdraw the maximum massa every month, currently 10,000 USD, would you prefer the fee to be a fixed amount? So most people wanted a fixed amount, a percentage of the withdrawal, 20%.
20%.
And basically, it's basically a selection.
Everyone else basically said no.
Yeah. So they've gone for the percentage because that, from their perspective, it's not necessarily that it's more lucrative, but from their perspective, the profit for them adjusts relative to the amount of money that's being claimed against. So, they would be earning potentially more with larger payout requests, but the converse to that is a fixed fee. If you go with the PayPal method or the PayPal approach, where it's a fixed fee plus a percentage, I think, if you go over a certain amount, but you're tossing up whether you want more payouts less frequently but for larger amounts to gain your percentage, or you want more frequent.
But to this you have to add the fact that they're going to cap us.
Yeah. So not even including that or considering that from a numbers point of view or from a business point of view, it's the eBay approach, where you
fees on top of fees on top of fees.
You make money from selling loads of stuff cheaply rather than selling fewer things at a higher price. And that's the way up. That's the cost. What is it? The cost benefit analysis. So IMVU's gone with a percentage. So that basically means that they are, the way that the Massa system works, I suppose, for want of a better way of saying it, is that it functions better when there are fewer payouts for larger amounts with this modification than it would if it were smaller amounts but more frequent requests. If it was a fixed fee.
They couldn't even give us a hard percent. They just capped it $100.
Yeah.
So in order to write the expense off, I calculated you're going to get about, what is it, 1,000? If you're capped at $100. Wait a minute. So 112. 1,200. 1,200 is the most you're going to make off that, but you have to pay $30 a month to access it. So I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I guess it would be. Anything in the positive is always worth it. But you have to be already making that. It has to be the actual cap of 100.
Yeah. So
you have to be making. You have to be making 1,000.
Yeah. So basically, you're maxing the system, the new system out.
It, yeah. But it's basically the same. It's pay more to get paid instead of just pay to get paid.
Yeah.
That's another one of the limits that they imposed, that we now require at least Platinum VIP to be active to get our money.
Yes.
Or else even grandfather creators are required to have a VIP subscription in order to access their funds.
Yeah, you do now.
That's one of the other. We didn't before.
No.
Okay. I will say that 5 to 7 business days is fair. Sometimes it's even less than that, though, in my experience.
Yeah, because it depends on the activity. Yeah, how many requests they've had through.
I've had my request go through in like day 4.
Yes, same.
So that's fully dependent. Girl, me too. Says the actually says, "Oh, this is giving me a migraine." Me too. I'm day 3 on migraine.
Yeah. So.
What else?
Oh.
And all this. I wanted to also say happy Gratitude Month.
Happy what?
IMVU's accepting gratitude video submissions. The irony is not.
Oh. Chat in Discord. Neff asks, which we kind of touched on, how. Have we touched on how it'll affect users doing 50-50 cash credit splits? No. Yeah.
I already said in the chat that, to be honest, we don't know.
No, we don't know.
That's going to affect. We can't know. That's definitely something that you're going to have to bring up in chat inside.
Yeah.
The official Discord.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I don't earn credits, but it's definitely something, because if they're capping only your cash without taking in mind that you're already earning credits, that's a bit messed up. It might be worth it just to switch to cash. It might be worth it just to switch to cash, because you're going to be earning credits anyway, you know.
Yeah. So if you're maxing out,
a good idea to do that now. Actually, sorry.
Yeah. No, because yes, depending on how this cash versus credits thing, or the DTs, or the promo credits, or whatever it is, once you've maxed out, once you've maxed out your royalties, any additional credits that cannot be converted, are those being converted? Well, are they being left as credits, or are they being converted into DTs or credits? That's not clear, is it?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be credits. That would be crazy.
Yeah, because that would mean, because you only get one DT per sale. So how are they going to work out, or how would they work out how, so let's say you max out at 20,000 credits, but you have another 20,000 credits that you can't get paid out. So does that remaining 20,000 credits remain credits, or is that converted into credits? But if it's converted into credits for creators, that's a dev token. So does that mean
we already earn credits from products, not credits, not promo credits. So I don't.
Yeah. So so if you max out your royalty request, your royalty earnings, so you've earned, let's say you earn 40,000 credits, actual credits. If they're saying that you hit a cap and they only will pay out royalties for 20,000, what happens to the remaining 20,000 credits?
It's transformed into credits, but via $0.5, but credit-wise, reverse basically.
So
we'll take the money and transform it into credits. It'll hit your account at the same rate that money does. Basically the same as if you had put your income to credits in the counter royalty.
So that would mean that your so again, let's say 40,000 credits is what you're trying to get paid out against. You max out at 20,000, let's say for the sake of argument, to keep this simple. So the remaining 20,000 credits are then, they're not converted, or they don't leave them as the 20,000 credits. From what you're saying there, they are going to do another reductive calculation in order to convert the remaining credits back into...
No, the remaining cash back into credits, I would think. You can't, it doesn't... That's so confusing. God.
Yeah.
Oh. I just zoned out.
No, well, but this is what I mean. This is, when we started, I was saying that numbers are great, but what we need are concrete examples of,
They gave us examples, but they failed to put the
reality of what it means in practice. So, if you have, let's say, again, for the sake of argument, you have 40,000 credits against which you are wanting to claim royalties, but let's say, again, for the sake of argument, only 20,000 of those can be claimed against. What happens to the remaining 20,000 credits? Because that would ordinarily that would have been not converted into cash, but you are, when you earn,
trickle into cash.
Yeah,
but the remainder credits are given to you as credits.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the reality. It doesn't go into your money balance, which then you have to wait.
Yes, yeah, your pending balance, your Massa pending balance
doesn't hit that. No, it just goes straight into your account as credits. It increases your credit.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to tell people that it might be a good idea if you're earning 50-50 credits to change it into cash now.
Yeah.
Because you might be getting credits anyway.
Yeah.
Whenever, because they haven't really said. Saturi has said that it won't be the beginning of the quarter. He said the live chat is misconstrued, that they don't have the information, they need to be corrected, but these changes aren't going to happen in the 1st of October. They'll probably further along, but If I was you guys, I would consider, changing over to cash if you have half cash, half credits, because you might be forced to have credits anyway
Yeah, if you're
for a lot of that.
paying for VIP as it is as to be a creator anyway, you might as well just flip the slider all the way over to cash.
Well, no, I mean for the people that are already earning
Oh right, yeah,
royalties.
yeah.
Some people have it on 50 credits, 50 cash
Oh
credits
right,
for
yes, yes,
submission and
yeah. I see
stuff
what you
like
mean.
that.
Yeah, I see what you
Like
mean.
I get that.
Yeah,
I used to do that as well. I still do that, and I left it on, and that's why I've never had to put it back on. I have tons of credits. But
yeah,
if you are doing that, then my advice would be to switch over to cash, because if they do put this into action, which I'm hoping still that they will reconsider, if they do, you're going to be having at least credits from some of your products anyway. Until you get a kind of feel for what you are going to be earning in credits, it's really a good idea to kind of
yeah.
get that cash,
Well,
you know?
asked in the Discord chat, but wouldn't that take away from us choosing how to earn then? What's the point of picking 100% cash if they decide not to pay that and just give us credits anyway?
Because you can
So,
choose as long as you know the math, as long as you know the numbers, you can choose.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, but if you're a high roller, for the sake of argument, you might as well just put it at 100% cash anyway, because you're going to be smacking. Yeah, you're going to be smacking into the 20% limit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, that can, depending on how much.
Products, yeah.
Yeah, on some products. So, depending on how many credits you are earning per month or whatever it is, the amount of credits that you are going to be able to cash out against is going to vary depending on how many credits you have basically stocked up. So yeah, as Maya's saying, you might as well just flip it all the way over to 100% cash.
Yeah,
and
avoid,
just
at least you'll have that, yeah. You'll have as much cash as you can get.
Yeah.
Probably you'll have some credits coming because of being skimmed off products that you have high earnings from.
Yeah.
Or have a long derivation chain, which also will be the case for a lot of us. I know I've derived things with long derivation chains in the past, and I know I will be earning from those. So I know I won't be wanting for credits.
Yeah, so so here's the, I mean, maybe they haven't thought of this, I don't know. But what that potentially means then is that they are not removing cashed out credits essentially from the system by, through the royalty system. So it basically means that there are going to be even more credits.
They're going to be rolling in and out the system constantly.
Yeah,
fed in, out.
Yeah, but potentially there's going to be more credits because they're not being.
Yeah, but only opposed to cash, so for them it's okay.
Yes.
The only thing I'm concerned with is they're not, people aren't going to be buying as much credits. Maybe I don't.
Well, that's what I mean. It retains, because obviously when you get your earnings from your sales, if you're in the royalty program, those credits are essentially converted, for want of a better word, they're converted into dollars through the royalty program. But with this new change in place, it means that only a percentage of those credits will be converted, air quotes, into cash, into dollars. So the remaining credits aren't being taken out of the system. They're being put back into the system, which potentially means that you are, it's not necessarily, you're not inflating the economy, but those credits don't get removed from the system through the royalty cash outs. system.
Not straight away, but as soon as they hit someone that has their profit 100%, they will. It's designed to maximize first derives, maximize how would I say it?
Yeah, Wim's just kind of picked up on this. If more credits are in the system, the credits are retained in the system and less are purchased, or no longer credits that used to be cash or something. My brain.
Yeah, the suffering. Really, my brain has been doing mental aerobics for the past 3 days.
Because the thing that we have to be the thing that we have to be aware of is this, this mechanism of like 100,000 credits. Let's say, for the sake of argument, 50,000, half of those you can cash out as dollars, whereas previously you could cash out the.
This idea to IMVU get very bad diarrhea.
What?
I
Okay.
think she's having tummy trouble.
No idea who that was.
My condolences, girl.
Yeah, get some
Imodium or
that liquid stuff, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
No, but
Have some fiber.
Yeah, it's more fiber. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, this is the potential problem in the sense of so if you have 100,000, 50,000, half of those you can cash out as dollars. The remaining 50,000 remain in the system. They're not destroyed. Basically, they're not destroyed by the cash out process. So that basically means that there are more credits remaining in the system, which potentially is an inflationary. It's inflationary, essentially. Potentially, it's going to cause.
But this has happened before. This happened when they rolled out the royalty program. They changed, like we were left with millions of credits. I mean, those of you that have been on here as long as I have will remember that.
Yes.
And those went back into the system and are back in the system. People are like won't spend as fast as you would think, and also.
Well, that's why.
I guess they'll be monitoring. Those uses.
Well, that's why they implemented the advertising program to try and pull out those extra credits. So maybe that's what they're kind of not necessarily banking on, but that's, if creators have all those additional credits, then there has to be ways of getting rid of them out of the system in order to not to overinflate the system with credits, too many credits floating around. So maybe
you can't even gift them to your alt account or anything.
No. So you
anymore. You can't do anything. It's you can spend them in the catalog, but guys, I know it's tempting. Don't buy your own products.
Yeah, don't.
Don't do that. Do not do that. Okay, they do consider that as credit laundering. Please don't do that.
Yeah, cream Pepto-Bismol. That person needed some Pepto.
Yeah.
No, but that I mean, so this is the danger, for want of a better word, of doing this, because it basically means that only a portion of the credits that are being earned are being taken out of the system. And when you do that, they've got to they've got to somehow figure out a way of allowing creators to spend those, because we both know, I mean, probably yourself included, creators that have tens of millions of credits in their accounts, and they've got no way of spending them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean,
you basically sell on them and use them to submit or buy from your co-creators when you need to dress your avatar way, or buy rooms if you use Sound You Socially.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's what's going to happen. But,
because you can't buy the adverts with credits, can you? Or can you? You know the.
You know, I don't know.
Has anybody done the
I think
adverts?
so. Yeah, but I use dev tokens. I don't
Oh, yeah.
use.
Say that again. Sorry.
Yeah, you can buy them as far as I'm aware for like 1 million of credits, something like that. I'll
Oh,
try
there
to
you
find the
go.
link.
Is that you, Tochi?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah. So how can we get rid of the additional credits that we're potentially going to be having in our accounts? The adverts, or what else have we got? What other options?
You can spoil people.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what I tend to do.
Look, put it this way. I've been away. I'm not that active past few months. I only come in emergency cases.
Well, this is
Besides,
this qualifies as an
yeah,
emergency.
This is
yeah, yeah,
absolutely an emergency.
yeah. So, beside this announcement, I noticed that I don't need name people. Some are maybe on this voice chat, but let's put it this way: some older creators sitting on million of credits,
Yes.
which can they literally can then spend their credits.
Yes.
What you need to do, what you can do is basically like gifting around to
Yes.
help some other creator earning, like gifting from your friend creators, stuff like that.
You can do social media giveaways, gift. I used to do
Yeah,
them on
social media
social
giveaways.
media. Yeah,
Because,
spread the love kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm creator, but I'm just creating for my own fun. I'm not in creator earning program. I don't give a shit about that. And that's pretty much it, you know. But
Wasn't there something in the announcement about buying VIP with credits? Did I see that, or did I misread that somewhere?
No, yeah. If you look under Emerald, they said that you could buy Emerald with. Yeah, here. So you can use your royalty balance. So you can use your royalty balance, not credits.
So that.
But only if it's below $99. If it's above $99, you can't use royalty balance.
for me, this potential update, I think it won't happen. But let's put it this way: it will be good if they cut off those who derive from derive. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
The chains. Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I
like
think
cut off
I
the
think it
chains.
needs moderated. Okay, I don't think they've I wanted to list things and also involve the community that's present and list things that they haven't thought of.
Yes.
Like different markets, different niches that will be severely affected if
Yes.
this happens.
Right, keep going. I'll be right
Because
back.
if they need, okay, if they do, make something like this happen, if we can minimize the effect by, I don't know, increasing the cap limit, maybe we can increase the profit margin on certain products, like rooms, for example, heads, which are severely impacted. Mentioning everything that we know these products to be already higher. Yeah, so hi Greg. Heads is what scares me. Yeah, I know, girl. The heads thing, Clodist already eats up all of the fit between quotations. So anyone that derives is, which is really, really quite scary for everyone invested time, money, effort, and love and labor into the head section of the catalog. I do think the IMVU staff should look into that. And I don't know about you guys, but I will not be doing any heads in the future because of this, until this. So I do hope that they look into that before they put it into effect. If anyone has any other suggestions on what they should look into, like they've taken, I feel like they've taken avatar stuff like outfits and they've kind of made that the universal staple when that is the cheapest of items in our catalog currently. Like I feel like they've not taken anything else in addition. And
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I definitely feel like they need to categorize stuff into different, well, categories, yeah, like different products fall under different categories. Animations and heads cannot be priced the same, and neither can, like, clothing. So, also about customs and exclusives, like, are they just trying to make it not happen at all? And if it does happen, will people just pay money directly to creators for those kinds of products?
Yeah.
Maybe they should make it so when you publish an item, you could select it as a custom or an exclusive, and that way let you increase the cap. But I wouldn't know how they would go about doing that. Like, their entire programming is so old, and I feel like it's hard to implement new stuff like that into the already existing code.
I feel like if they implement anything like that, it'd be for the new platforms. Like, I don't feel like they're going to do anything on Classic at all. I feel like they will probably consider it maybe for Studio. But this opens up, like, if they do some kind of custom thing where you could maybe have one sale on a custom item and permanent display only or something like that, then I do feel like they will probably end up with people abusing that as well. As sad as it is, they're going
but
to
people
end up
are
abusing it.
people are always going to find a way to abuse the system.
I know. This is what makes it exhausting.
The goal is still not to punish majority of the community over it.
Yeah, I do feel like this could have been avoided. I do feel like they're trying to monetize over their own mistakes that they have not addressed in such a long time, and I will continue to say that. Like, I will die on this hill. They should be policing their catalog, should be investigating things that are going on by case basis, should not be punishing all of us for the doings of the few. Welcome back, Kat.
Woo! Just had to check on some washing.
You're fine.
Household chores.
About Classic is great. I really love Classic, but Classic being around for so many years, and Classic is based on so many software,
Yes.
and it's working on 32 bits. As developer, you need like bunch of teams to work on specific software to turn it back on 64 bits, which is not impossible, but it will request so much time, effort, money, APC, and I guess I don't need to say yes. I guess they don't have time, money for that. They literally had time to do it.
Well, yeah, it's from remembering what they've said in the live streams that they've done themselves. They've always had a plan. Well, not necessarily a timeline to essentially phase out Classic Editor because of those very issues. They don't have, if I remember correctly, they've basically said that they don't have the resources to fix Classic, not necessarily because they can't, but because of the way that. So older creators and older users will remember the big kerfuffle that was. Not kerfuffle as in a bad sense, but in a good sense, that IMVU was promoted in the business community as what's it called, a bootstrap. You make what's functional and you iterate on that functionality. And the problem with that, I think IMVU has said this, is that it's created a problem where they have absolutely no idea how some of the big features within Classic Editor or Classic Client functions, because there's no documentation on it at all. There's nothing. So
it's because
go on, sorry.
A lot of the people that worked on Classic
Yes.
are no longer with us.
Yes.
They're gone.
Yes.
Like, the people that wrote the code and all that.
Yeah.
It's impossible to
Yeah.
do this
Yeah.
and fix it. Or
Yeah.
I do believe that the the UI or something, I feel that they could have made it a little bit similar to what we already know.
Yes.
Be having such a hard time with it.
Yes.
Like, I do believe that.
Yeah.
I feel like Studio is a lot more friendly than desktop.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
But Classic being what it is, it's not.
No, it's
really savable.
No, that's unfortunately that's a consequence of it being 20 plus years old, and as you was just saying, Tochi, that it's built on so many old legacy pieces of software. I mean, the catalog itself is based on a heavily modified version of is it BB Code, the forum software? It's essentially the database that runs that. So even making changes to the catalog system, they can't just do it because of the way that everything is tied together, and this is, in essence, this is a direct negative consequence of iterative design and that whole ethos that IMVU was originally started from, of iterative design, fast design, get things functional, get them released, and work on them and update them live, essentially. And the problem with that is that 20 years later, we are where we are now because of that. It's become non-functional, essentially, because everything around it, the environment itself around it, from the operating systems, Windows, Mac, they've all switched to 64-bit, and they will eventually just block 32-bit applications from running. I mean, you probably won't
eventually it's going to happen.
You won't even be able to run them in compatibility mode.
It will happen like sometimes, I don't know when. That's up to Microsoft, not up to IMVU.
Yeah.
Because,
That bit, yes.
They are advancing, and
yes,
that's pretty much it. But I'm pretty sure that you could find, I mean, back in past and still nowadays, few volunteers, developers who will be willing to provide a bit of free time to help coding all those applications. I'm one of them, and I know a few guys, and some of them are your friends as well, as TD, as Thomas, as me, as ATC, who'll help coding this fucking application a bit and a bit and a bit, but they're short on hands.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's the general idea. Owner change it, management change it, and it's like really, really weird. But in another hand, let's say the time your desktop is still on beta, and it's like a lot of time, a lot of things could be improved.
Yes.
But if I could pick, I would definitely go with classic all the way,
Yeah.
Because whoever is older user, it's like you're for years.
I'm actually on the bench with that because I love the new effects and lighting.
Yeah.
I don't like IMVU desktop as a user interface. I don't think it's user friendly. You can't have the same workflow, or it's not like you can hop between tabs, and changing is just, inventory is just a nightmare for me, stuff like that. But I love the softness of my avatar, and it's not something you have in Classic. Like, I have my desktop set up to where my avatar looks amazing in Classic, don't to the gods, but you still don't have that lighting, the glow, the softness.
Yeah.
Oh, the alpha blending compatibility is amazing in Studio. As long as you have it set up to be amazing, it looks really nice. And you can't beat that. You don't have that in Classic.
No, and that's the issue, that the rendering engine that Classic relies on, it would take quite a bit of effort to update that to the physical based material system that Studio and the new Next engine runs on. So you've got to make a cost benefit decision there, in terms of, do you spend the time updating old software that you don't know how it works necessarily because there's no documentation, or do you just start from scratch and document everything as you make it and just build a new system? And that's the one that they've gone with, because of course Classic isn't mobile friendly either. So that's the, if you consider that 80%, according to the last marketing document I looked at, something like 80% of users, regular users, are on mobile platforms, and Classic isn't compatible with mobile platforms at all. So it's not just that you're updating the Classic client for desktop. You would have to update Classic client to be compatible with mobile devices as well. So it's not
doable.
Well, it's not an easy decision to make in terms of the costs, monetarily, resources, engineering, to update the Classic client to do what needs to be done to bring in the user base that is now majority mobile.
It's right now we don't really have a lot of us left that use Classic. Like, I use both platforms now. I'm not just using Classic.
Yes.
I'm using both. And a lot of people do use both. And it's not worth it to them financially to invest into making that platform compatible with everything else just for the amount of users that it has.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking difference in the maybe even hundreds of thousands.
Well, I mean, I think they've mentioned this in some of their live streams that, a majority of the people that are using Classic are creators. They're not users.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, that's your caveat, so to speak.
And this was true in like 2018, or I want to say 18 or 19.
Yeah, it's been that way for a long time.
That year we already had I think it was a whopping over 70% of users were already on mobile.
Weren't
on Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's got to be at least 90% now, at least, if that.
There's a question about Vcoin and NFT. Well, several comments about Vcoins and NFTs. No, we have absolutely no idea how this is potentially going to affect Vcoins and NFTs, if at all. I don't think that's mentioned in the release. So your guess is as good as ours.
Very quiet on the Vcoin side, really.
Very
quiet.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. Like, the whole crypto thing right now is very up in the air and not really sustainable right now, I don't think. And God knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to have to address that eventually. They also have a clause saying that I think at the any time they can cancel the NFT thing. I remember specifically reading it somewhere. We're just going to have to see where that.
Yeah, I've not done any NFTs or any Vcoin stuff, so
I again didn't see the sustainability of it financially, so I didn't invest either in it. And to be honest, anyone that does do so at your own risk right now, because it's not. They're very quiet about it and not really saying anything.
Yeah, so I'm just scanning through some of the comments, the latest comments in the big, the official.
Tochi wants to explain regarding crypto and that stuff. I think he said in the chat.
Oh, what? Oh yeah, go ahead, Tochi.
Regarding anything crypto-related, Vcoin, MetaJuice, Vcore, stuff like that. There's like a lot of issues regarding labs. Example, United States is based on 50, like 51 to 4 country. I don't know, doesn't matter. There's like different laws in different countries.
Right. Regions. Yes. Yeah. Right. I see. Yeah.
From that standpoint, it is not easy to adjust anything related regarding crypto and NFT, things like that. I remember back in, I think before 2 or 3 years, I'm from Montenegro. This is my home country. I live in here for now. I've been traveling a lot, but this is my home country. My account is made in my home country. And they, for example, to explain this better, they cut off sending credits to lottery.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
and I asked it like bigger level than me, like, okay, example, today I'm in Montenegro and I could be next week in, I don't know, Canada, United Kingdom, Spain, Germany,
Yes.
whatsoever,
Yeah.
And I tried it to, I don't know, give people VIP,
Yeah.
this and that credits, and I still couldn't, even though I'm moderator, what the fuck soever.
Yeah.
And they giving you some love enforcement, which they don't justify by love.
Yes, because you're restricted by Uphold as well, the terms and conditions of Uphold, where your Vcoin go to
Right.
for you to cash out. So yeah,
So that's how to say, that's bigger problem regarding
Yeah.
local laws,
yeah,
international laws, solar
Yeah.
laws,
yeah,
all things like that.
yeah,
And you
It's
be
always
yeah, and you be slow and quiet with Bitcoin, especially Core. They didn't give us too many updates.
right, yeah,
I like it idea of WeCoin because there was like new possibilities.
Yeah.
You could create something, make your own market, which we sadly closed it out,
yeah,
which wasn't that supported. But a good side of WeCoin was whichever creator was using that, they could increase their massa, and massa always be problem on IMVU.
Yeah.
That was the good part of
Yeah.
it. And now we are silent, and they're silent about creators and things like that. So there's like, even if Satori didn't announce what he announced, there's like bunch of other small problems on all platforms which users using doesn't matter classic, beta, studios, stuff like that. So it will be great if they could like do thing by thing, listen community. And I saying this as user, not as moderator. As more feedback people providing, of course, be careful with your words.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can be best friends. I'm under contract,
Yes.
under NDA. If you
Yeah,
make
yeah,
mistake,
yeah.
I need to punish you. That's
Yeah.
it. End of
Yeah.
story.
yeah,
Yeah.
But in general, I'm strongly against this kind of updates. But I can be alone, you can be alone, people need to be united. Like, think about it, give a suggestion, and I don't defend Satori. Satori is a great guy.
Yeah.
I know,
Um,
like I keep like asking him, forcing, asking a bunch of questions, and he's like really kind. But all what community need to do in general, not all you we don't need to be awake. Only in this case, you need to be awake all the fucking time.
Yes.
Complain,
Yeah.
suggest,
Yeah.
like tell something. Like, don't be quiet,
Yeah.
because this is platform you're using. You putting your own money, your time. And
Quiet us.
like y'all.
Oh, quiet. Woo. I don't know. Never in my life. I'm not even quiet when I'm asleep.
So you're snoring.
Yep.
No, yeah. So
I'm very
it's
opinionated in my snores.
yes, yes. So yeah, this change is massive from the point of view of what it potentially means. But from an ecosystem perspective, you can see that it evens out the playing field, for want of a better way of putting it. From IMVU's perspective, yeah. In theory, in theory, it's trying to, it's an attempt to even out the playing field, so there isn't such a huge disparity between low earning creators and the high income creators.
It needs to be adjusted. It needs to be tweaked. It
Yes.
needs to be looked through. They
Yeah.
need to mediate with us and not drop bombs on us and not expect us to lose our shit.
Yeah. No,
You know?
yeah, because it's, at face value, if you just looked at this at face value, it's penalizing genuinely successful creators, because it's kiboshing the amount of money that they can earn from.
It's penalizing those that invest the most time
Yes.
on their products,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Like it's not letting people be able to get paid for what they do.
Yeah.
You can't compare one product. Like you look at a mesh with an opacity mesh that has a body, for example,
Yes.
that has maybe 100,000 derives.
Yeah. Deliverance. Some of Deliverance's stuff.
No, just a normal dress, because it's opacity. People can do
Oh,
so
yes.
many things with it.
Yeah.
10,000, and plus Polygon does also add-on meshes and all that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it enhances the usability of their products that take a long time to do, but
Yeah.
because they get so many derives, worth it, and obviously they're cheaper placed.
Yes.
Whereas in, I don't know, a room that's taken someone a month to put together, a decorated room,
Yes.
or a elaborate hairstyle, or a beautiful mesh head that has a beautiful animation, or a beautiful animation by Mo,
Yeah.
actually invested in very expensive technology to make these products,
Yeah.
are now got the same limitation as this product that will be derived at least 100,000 times.
Yeah.
It's just not viable, it's not sustainable, and it's going to stagnate the catalogue. People are going to go elsewhere,
Yeah.
where their product, these kind of beautiful products, are appreciated. I mean, they wouldn't have TikTok videos if it wasn't for motion capture.
Yes.
They wouldn't have dances. We'd just be avatars sitting in the middle of looking at ourselves like, you know, bobble-headed, like
Yeah.
2005.
Yeah.
You know, you can't disrespect people and their work this way. Okay, sorry, I'm ranting now.
No.
No.
Legitimate concerns. Legitimate concerns.
Anyway, this is why people are upset, genuinely upset. They are trying to punish a couple of bad actors. Not even the majority of people are this way.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? We don't know. We don't know the breakdown in terms of. So let's say, for the sake of argument, this is to solve a problem. We, as a community of creators, don't know how big that problem is or how bad it is. We know the problem exists because we've seen it with our own eyes, but we don't know the extent to which a change like this can address that problem. So we can only react based on the information that A, we are given, and B, what we see in our day-to-day efforts as creators. You know, basically the gaming, the catalog gaming, you know, catalog stuffing, zero change derivables, all that sort of stuff. We know it goes on, but the system itself is designed to facilitate that because of the way that it works. You know, just the fact that products can be derived, and there is no criteria as in what a derivation is from the point of view of, you know, how much change do you need to make to something, because the zero change derivable thing has always been a sort of a community driven, you know, back in the day.
Well, I want to point out something that they did do.
Right.
At least, I don't know, a while back. I don't know exactly how long it was. I don't know if anyone remembers when they decided that zero change derives would put into the catalog
Yes.
black textures.
Yeah.
It would override and the textures would disappear. Like, unless you made changes to the product. They got past it by making minute changes to places where you wouldn't see on the mesh and stuff like that. But something like that would be an excellent way to, you know, to stop people from doing non-change derives.
No, I'm just.
You know?
JJ just said, "I'm here late. Are we still rioting, or is everyone calming down?"
I'm never calm. I have my pitchfork and my torch here ready.
Yeah, no. So I mean, this will be going. This will be archived. The stream will be archived, so you can watch it in, you know, after it's done, JJ, and just listen to what's been said. but basically the changes that IMVU are proposing, even though they've given us some numbers and examples, it's still not clear exactly what it means from the point of view of, the boots on the ground, what it means in practice.
There's so many things that need to be taken into consideration. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Like this is happening. Like, no, like people that earn 50/50 cash credits, a Vcoin, the different markets. Like, you have not thought this through. Who made this decision hasn't lived a day on IMVU,
Yeah.
They don't know how trading works. They don't even know what we sell. They don't know how long it takes. And each product is different.
Well, I suspect...
It's not that simple.
Where is it?
Unless they change the prices of the base derivables, which maybe if they did, for every single type of product on IMVU, it's not going to be possible.
Yeah, because that would... So you would expect them to reduce the price?
I would expect them to raise it so we can raise our profit without getting penalized if they're going to do this, because it's a percentage. Like, we use the avatar-based derivables as an example with 304 credit base, but there's actually different kinds of products.
Yes.
There's, I think rooms are 500. I'm not even sure. I've never.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've not derived a room in a while.
No, you would need to raise these things so that people comfortably raise their profits, and then what's happening? That the customer is going to pay for the sex.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no easy ways to do this kind of thing. Someone's going to have to pay, because IMVU is not going to pay.
Well, the thing that you see, the thing that bothers me is, let's say, what?
Wait. No, Sean O'Wimbler has just made a really good example. There's also the AP Plus, which we know the products for AP Plus have a minimum of like 10k price markups. So how is it going to affect those? How is it going to affect the bundle?
Well, I can say that I am part of the AP Plus creator program and getting that sorted out, but I can't. I'm not educated enough to be able to say what this would mean in relation to the AP Plus items.
If no one can address these problems, they shouldn't be doing this.
Well, I suppose part of the reason for them doing these kinds of things is for us to do what we are doing right now, so that
complaining.
well, let's call it constructive criticism.
I'm going to send them my therapist bill. I swear to God.
so that we, being the boots on the ground, we can potentially see the holes in the in the approach that they're taking, and potentially prod them in a not necessarily a better direction, but in a less destructive direction. Because
I am all for being constructive, but also if you scare me, I'm going to, I have a motor reaction where I'm going to punch you in the face. First, and then I'll calm down and I'll go.
Yeah.
But the first reaction is like, wait, what?
Yeah, so this is the one. If massa was increased by 1%, how would this be calculated? And they've gone with the total available amount. So they've gone with a percentage on the total amount that's available, which is what? Where's it gone? So that's what they've done with the percentage cap. When we asked in the survey.
What? Sorry, I didn't catch that. I've got TS beside me typing.
Yeah, quit it, T. No, when we were looking at the survey that we created earlier in the year, they took a look at the responses or the data that we were looking at, and they've gone with the percentage.
Yeah, they've gone with the percentage because it allows them to, no matter what, if they're paying out more, get more, With the
Neoxy, wait, are we exploited? I wouldn't guess.
No, that's me. That's because they put the AP Plus expensive.
Oh, yeah.
People paid it a lot on illegal websites, and I'm like, what was exploitative?
Well, I can say that what I can say is the problem that AP has isn't with the black market. It's with the problem that AP Plus has isn't the black market. It's the AP items. It's people pushing what would be UFI content through the AP program. So, for example, the animations in particular, they just slow the animations right down so it doesn't look like a UFI item. But if you played the animations at the correct speed, they would be UFI items. The biggest problem that well, it's been a big problem with the AP catalog for a long time. Is people finding ways to
circumvent
the UFI stuff. But the AP Plus program's problem, try saying that quickly, the AP Plus program's problem isn't black market, it's AP and the dodgy products that are pushed through AP.
So the problem is AP itself, the original one.
Yes, yeah.
The original feature.
Yes.
The one-off feature.
Yeah.
People are trying to push UFI stuff.
Yeah.
As AP.
When it shouldn't be through it, but it gets through because people, it's the same old problem with peer review. People aren't.
They hide it basically.
Yeah.
They hide the features behind stuff.
Yeah.
And things.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with people. That's why we have backed up peer review.
Yes.
Because they had to do a massive re-rate. A ton of people got banned because it affected their accuracy.
Yeah.
Because it's not their fault. I want to point out it's probably not their reason, and you're not meant to find them. And so it also just because you get one thing wrong doesn't. But if all of a sudden a ton of stuff gets rated and rated maybe 2 of these items, it's like you passed 2 UFI items that same day, they're going to ban you.
Yeah, just to answer some of the AP Plus questions. The AP Plus is exactly what you would think it would be. It is explicitly for adult content.
It is Neoxy, to answer your question, it is very explicit.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is like everything you imagine.
Yeah. So.
How explicit is not explicit. We can't discuss it here.
No, we can't. We really can't.
But it's explicit.
Yeah. So AP was meant to be for 18 plus content, but not 18 plus. If you wink. It wasn't meant to be designed for. It wasn't designed for that.
It was designed for nudity, and that was a bad.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's a good delineation. Yeah.
Yeah. It was designed for you to be able to kit off.
Yeah.
Kit out.
Yeah.
But it's not designed for you to perform sexual acts.
No.
So it is designed for you to be able to do F-bombs and stuff like that, and have a T-shirt with your stuff hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe go into a room that has adult entertainment.
Yeah.
But it is not designed for you to engage in
pornographic.
Yes, yes. I do like a
I don't
yeah. I do like a nice prawn salad sandwich.
prawn.
Yeah. No, but it's yeah. So that's a good delineation. That basically AP is, if you think of it from the point of view, if it allows you to make
Rated R.
rated R, so naked avatars, whereas AP plus is what comes after being
Everything
naked.
else.
Um,
Everything that isn't violence and
yeah, but
consensual stuff.
yeah, but the problem with the AP catalog is that it's now stuffed with products that would be considered AP plus, and it's been that way for a long time because of the way that creators creatively worked around the UFI restrictions. Like the animations is the classic one, where animations are just slowed down so it doesn't look like what you would expect it to look like, and it just looks innocuous, and that's how they got around it, and that kind of stuff isn't allowed as AP.
Yeah. So because of that, I think maybe you maybe found out thing.
Yeah.
Detect all the bad stuff, and they came along and just went whoosh.
Yeah. So
and that's what happened.
yeah. So I mean, the AP Plus program, as far as I'm aware, is still being developed and worked on. And before that goes live, I guess IMVU will need to, have a hard look at the catalogue in terms of what we've just been discussing about the AP content. But again, with the AP Plus stuff, when that does eventually go live, I have absolutely no idea how this cap, because potentially
I think the majority of the profit is IMVU, isn't it? Isn't it their markup that's the majority of the price of these products? We can't really discuss it because we don't know.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but from our point of view as creators, if this new change is across the board, then yes, it will affect AP Plus creators just as readily as it does everybody else. But the potential there is that because of the in theory, because of the increased price of AP Plus products to begin with, they are more
have a higher margin.
Yeah, so they're likely to hit the 20% limit much more quickly. In the same way that really the really big normal creators will hit this cap pretty quick if they are if they've got an active catalog with a lot of products being sold.
Thank you, babes. Sorry.
That's fine.
Thank you. I just got water. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I'm getting told that we're hitting 2 hours.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, okay.
Time flies when you're raging.
Yes. I don't know what else there is really that we haven't already covered without more concrete real world examples besides the images that they sent or dropped.
I don't.
I just hope that whatever decision they come up with, they don't just roll it out, but rather inform the creators first of what they intend to do.
Yeah, to lose our crap before you.
You must be new. You must be new to IMVU.
Oh, well, no, but I'm a very hopeful person. This is toxic positivity, what they call it.
Yeah. We get you. We get where you're coming from.
No. I mean, we're still here, right?
Yeah. No, it's yeah. So my guess is that they've done this before, where they've dropped big changes like this, and I suspect there is I think Satari has actually said in the official Discord that they are paying attention to the feedback, and based on the fact, excuse me, based on the fact that they have actually made changes to the program based on our survey, they do seem to be paying attention to something at least. So
I'm so triggered, really. How dare you? Oh, no.
So
Hey,
this,
at least IMVU paid more attention than y'all did because you did not turn up.
yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is how many people answered this. So this entire, I hesitate to say this, but part of this entire problem is based on the fact that we only had 56 responses to this survey. Had we had more responses, they may have thought twice about doing any of this.
I mean, this I have a ton of you guys on Instagram. You guys did not turn up for this. Is just, I was so disappointed. I'm embarrassed. Shame.
Yeah, it
I
was.
will ring that shame bell for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we did slap it all over the place. So, but it's still, even with the 56 responses that we got, or however many it was, we still got a decent idea of, you know, the community in terms of how they felt towards the Massa system. It's just, you know, I mean, we kind of dug our own coffin. Do we really? But
don't worry about that.
but yeah, it's
I feel bad, honestly. I just.
We'll have to see how this
Nope.
plays out, because you know it's a lot of information that we've got to digest in a relatively short time frame.
We don't even have all the information.
No.
Like, we have basic information. Hopefully,
Well,
all the information.
So here's a good example from the point of view of what we were just talking about earlier. So in a real world example of this would be none of this. It would be, in my royalty payout, I have 100,000 credits. What's going to happen to that 100,000 credits with this system? Yeah. So what's, you know, this 20%, what does that mean for my bottom line? If I have X number of cash waiting to be paid out, what's going to happen to that?
That stays where it is. That's
right. So how?
Earning. This is actively going to affect the earnings.
Yeah. So it diminishes.
This out tomorrow. This would affect your sales tomorrow, and those haven't hit your balance yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah. So it's adjusting your credit cash income before it gets to your pending payout.
The pend is 14 days before it even hits your balance. So the sales you get today will trickle into your balance 18 days time.
Yeah.
So they have plenty time to just trickle some code, and all of a sudden one day wham, it affects.
Yeah. So
retroactively everything that you made in the past but are getting sales for today.
Yeah, so
it's very worrying as well. Another reason why it's like, what?
Yeah, so presumably they're going to be making the adjustments to the cash credit balance, or the split, in the same way that so before it even gets to pending. So how do we? Is there a way of tracing that? You know, so you get your, in the same way we can see what our pending schedule is. When we look at our sales,
you mean like a new report?
Yeah, in our sales, is it going to say X number of credits are going to remain as credits, and X number of credits are being essentially converted?
Imagine. Well, right now we currently have. Let me open this a second. We currently have a couple of reports. We have cash balance, and pending credits schedule.
Yeah.
ended cash schedule
Yeah.
and credit balance events, I imagine it would just affect these numbers depending on what you have.
Right. So if you set your, if you,
settings,
well,
which is
here's,
another thing that we are concerned about is half, your settings placed as half credits and half cash. How is it?
which, yeah. So which transaction is going to be the credits versus which transaction is going to be the cash?
I imagine it's going to affect the sale itself before it even hits you. Like the transaction itself of a sale already has profit, but before the customer pays, you have your profit set before the actual cash hits your trickles into your balance.
Right. So it's happening at.
You know what I mean? It's complicated. It's confusing, but
Yeah. So based on that,
yeah.
Based on that, it's the calculation is being done at the time of purchase.
At the time of purchase, yeah.
Yeah.
And it only affects certain people. It doesn't affect everyone. That's the thing.
Yeah, and then right. So who was it that asked about the credits split earlier? But that's the thing. If this is happening at the time of purchase, and you have your credit cash split in your royalties set to, let's say, 50-50 for the sake of making this easy. So the 20% is being implemented at purchase. So then how does it decide which sale is going to be credits versus which?
I think it's going to be calculated before that's even there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So basically, the credits will be funneled straight away, and the cash that ends up in your hand as a result of that calculation is what's going to be like 50-50 into credits. That's why I was saying might be a good idea for everyone that has the 50-50 put.
Yeah.
To definitely go and put it in cash because you might be getting credits anyway. That's why I said that.
Yes.
Because I believe the calculation is going to happen at the level.
Yeah.
It's going to affect your profits before you even decide what you, so to say.
Yeah, it
makes sense. It's the only time where they can really apply that. They can't apply it after. It's.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just if it happens at the time of sale, there's too many steps in the chain of custody before it gets to your pending balance for cash out.
You already need that figured out before it gets there.
Yeah.
That's why I thought kind of makes sense. It wouldn't make sense to get there and say, okay, so this person saying, I think that's just separate, that in an independent setting, just in case any more of your cash that you earned independently can be turned into credits after the pend. So kind of think of it as in the before and after the 14-day pend.
Yes.
Before the 14-day pend, your profit is calculated depending on where you are in the chain, depending on how much years more you are making. And then, once that is calculated, it goes into the pend, and when it comes to the other side, it can credits depending on your settings. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I was just about to say that I am no. This isn't any clearer to me how this is going to be.
Oh God.
How functional this is.
Am I cutting off? Sorry. I don't know if I.
It might be just the stream connection as well. So.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, it's Sachi's saying I'm cutting off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting off a bit, maybe because of connection or whatever the reason. Anyway, to reply to your question before on official server, if you wish, I can ask Satori if you can like make stage channel, because on voice channel there is a limit of 99% in voice chat, but on stage,
There's a stage, yeah. I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
this was a stage.
yeah. On stage you can like fit as many people as you want. You just not you need to give them perms to speak, share screen and stuff like that. I think that will be great because our forum or so-called discussion dying slowly over the years, and Discord is like fully active. It counting over like what 40,000 people and even more. So
We actually avoided doing it in the official server because we really have permissions ourselves. So we kind of needed to moderate. We needed for Kat to be able to moderate just in case things.
Yes, like the diarrhea person earlier.
Yeah.
Which was
Thank you for sharing, by the way.
hit and run. Yeah.
yeah, someone told they got diarrhea from.
Yeah. No, but I did ask about doing it in the doing the live stream in the VC in the IMVU official, but there's the moderation issue, but B, there's the potential of not wanting something to happen in the live stream in the VC of the official channel that could potentially cause issues. So, because that's it's something that we have to be mindful of. But with that said, I was just looking in the AP Plus feedback channel, and Rin has just said that watching the live stream, Doubt you'll see a ping for this during. They've mentioned AP Plus is unaffected by this cap. So I don't, but that's provisional. I don't know if obviously with the AP Plus program going still being developed, I don't know if.
But also, it's because they handpick the people that
Well,
are there and they review the product.
That's just reminded me. So that's one of the problems I have with this is that why, in order for you to cash out within the royalty program, you have to go through the approval process, and that means that they have to manually, physically look at your catalogue, and many creators have been refused or just denied because their catalogues weren't appropriate, for want of a better word, appropriate for the royalty program. So why couldn't they use that process? Because every now and then, as you know, every now and then when you make a request for a payout, your catalogue will be spot checked. They'll do spot checks, and even though you may have had a string of payout requests for the past 6 months, 12 months, they will just do a spot check, even though you've already had tons of payout requests. So why can't they, or why isn't that process being used as the check to check for bad actors, dodgy products, things that this system, this new change is potentially, for want of a better way of putting it, automated. It's automatically, in a sense, trying to capture those bad actors. But why would you need to implement a system like this if the verification process requires you to manually have your catalogue reviewed, and if there are any dodgy products, you just get denied the process? Why implement a system like this instead of doing something that seems more practicable?
Good answer for that.
With what?
The reviewing of your catalogue today doesn't stop you from doing bad things tomorrow. And also, we have people that sell credits and all that to consider. Even if people are denied access into the royalty program, it doesn't mean that they're not going harvesting credits with very
large profit margins in order to resell them in a black market.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
This effectively addresses both. Like, that's the explanation for that.
Yeah, because it automates that.
It kind of, yeah, well, in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a lazy way to do that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's kind of cutting your nose off to spite your face a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I
That's
I
actually
don't.
a good question, you know. You know what I was wondering? There is like so many different levels between volunteers. So why? I mean, I asked them this too. Like, why we don't have like volunteer team to do a peer review, you know?
Yeah.
Inside of, let's say, Discord, because we operate on Discord, our voluntary roles. And as for instance, I lost my peer review before, I think, 1 year, maybe 2, doesn't matter. You know, I was like scrolling, clicking, and I did a mistake, you know. I
Yes.
click yes on something
Yep.
which I
Yes.
should say no, and that was it.
Yep.
One mistake.
Yep.
Done. Doesn't matter. I'm always moderator. Doesn't matter
Yep.
anything I did
Yep.
for this platform. That was it.
Yeah.
That's
there-
what
no-
happened.
No way.
Yeah.
Back inside the program, which is insane.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, can you like give us opportunity to make a team? There's like a bunch of people who are willing to volunteer for something, you know. They
Yeah.
might get rejected for this or that reason, but peer review is slow, and if you give us opportunity to do it on Discord without being, let's say, punished and judged, okay, I found this, you post a link in, let's say, specific channel, and engineer team or whoever is above regular user, they
Yes.
review it. If it's okay, like, speed it up. That's it.
It's not just that. It's how do we report specific actions that we know to be true.
Yes.
Like, I was part of the volunteer team years ago. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking years ago, like 2017, 18, before COVID.
Yeah.
And we, after specific kinds of products that were hidden, and a lot of the newer users, young users, were getting a hold. And you know, a lot of the research into how things work, like by the end of a month, people could tell you what kind of products to look, what they did, who was selling them, identify all this person's, like, and we weren't paid to do this, you know, and this was like a full study of the bad actor doing this specific thing, and we did it for free. Like, and there's bound to be people still there that would offer kind of check for specific actions instead of being so punitive to hard-working creators this way. And I think it's very lazy. You're not taking advantage of the resources you have, and you don't even have to pay real money for them. They're all related by people, you know, of the goodness of their heart. Just yesterday and the day before, we had a user, Flex Factor, bring insight into the math behind this problem in particular. I didn't even understand until he offered to help. You know, no one else was offering help. We didn't get help from IMVU. This graphic, which no one understood.
No.
You know, and
Yeah.
I just feel like there's such good resources behind volunteers. It's just not being taken advantage of. So yeah, I agree. Both for peer review and things. Avoid this.
Well, they have had, I mean, as you just pointed out, they have had over the years different community panels for various things, but they never really seem to last. I don't know why. I think it's maybe because I think a large part of that is that they just die because the people that, you know, the IMVU staff that are involved in those projects get shuffled around, or they leave IMVU, which
We currently have the Creator Council, and do you think we heard anything about this? We didn't. We were just as surprised as, at least I
Oh
am,
right.
just as surprised as everyone else
Oh okay.
about this.
Yeah.
And I feel like we were thrown. I was really
Oh, and the alpha testers. Yep. Cream. That's right.
the alpha testers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on that one.
You know why? Because all of voluntary roles have specific rules. And
Yes.
As Hanger, as role, as bigger responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it goes. And you, let's say, from those smaller roles, with doing anything, as you go on top, your rules are, you know, pretty strict, and you see NDA, and I've been volunteer for 12 years. I'm always in team, and I'm under a bunch of NDAs which I can't break.
Yeah,
Because I will be in trouble.
I know that.
And I'm like loudest person around, but there is a limit to how far I can go. But if you put it in another way, like it's all about like be careful, understanding things, and giving a feedback and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I completely understand. There's like bunch of let's call them groups. Someone mentioned alpha testers and
Yeah.
creator console.
Yeah.
Yeah, even me or anyone from my team, we could wait for, let's say, a week or month to get a reply from them regarding something, and there's like always someone above, you know.
Yeah.
That's the issue. But as far you have a, how to say, good willing people to do something, that all it matters, you know.
Yeah.
If people just like need be loud, but not like loud crazy, you know. Because
Yes,
if
yeah,
you-
yeah.
If you're like, if you're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
silent, no,
yeah.
go
I
change,
think-
you know. Like read the rules.
Well,
If you
there's-
don't understand them, like reach out to someone, you know. Try to.
There's
explain, like,
there's also a reason to be loud sometimes, you know. Like there's moments like when you become an adult, you kind of figure out that there's moments where you have to, you know, it's best to shush and you know, especially when you have roles of responsibility. There's moments where you do have to raise your.
You're clipping out, Maya. I'm not quite sure what's. It might be your internet again.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It just clips out. So you just partial. So the whole robot-y thing where somebody's and they yeah. So
Sorry.
no, it's fine. It's just the connection. I mean, because we're running.
It's probably the connection.
Yeah, we're running Discord and streaming at the same time. So both Discord and the stream are streaming essentially the same content. So it's using up quite a bit of bandwidth.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, we're
so
only flipping out a little bit here and there. It's not all
Yeah.
that bad.
yeah, exactly.
My bad.
Yeah, don't worry about it though. Yeah, so hang on. Issue Celia on YouTube. Oh, hang on, we've got a couple of comments actually. Eric, may I know the purpose of the meeting? It's in the title of the video. We're talking about the changes that IMVU has just dropped on us the other day about changes to the royalty payout program, the creator program. You'll be able to watch this when it's archived. Shelia, they die because IMVU often ignore it. I've seen people with great ideas for IMVU to fix certain things but never been heard. So that's in relation to the groups that we were just talking about. And that's basically it, just reiterating what we've been saying. I want to ask if there's a better way. I want to ask if there's a better way of solving the problems for creators. Well, define better. I mean,
Better for who?
yeah, better. Yeah, it's because if, let's say for the sake of argument, better means that creators have access to their full massa payout or their full pending, that's a huge amount of money that goes out every month. So for us, it would be better as creators because we would get whatever royalties we've earned paid to us. But from IMVU's perspective, that would basically be the worst thing that could ever happen to them, because it would mean their outgoing costs for any given particular month would be I mean, that's a huge chunk of cash that goes out every month. So it would be worse for them, but better for us. So we have to define what better is. Who is it better for?
I think anything that's better for creators is.
Yes.
Because it attracts more creators, makes the whole ecosystem. Boards gets around.
Yeah.
You know.
But at the same time, we have to. I mean, this is fence sitting into the extreme, but we have to be reasonable and make sure that IMVU survives, so we don't,
Oh yeah.
But in a practical sense, yes, we want to be able to maximize our takings from IMVU. But the flip side of that is we have to ensure that whatever we do as a community doesn't cripple IMVU and crash it out. But how do we reasonably go about doing that in a way that's going to be beneficial to all parties concerned?
Raise the profit margin that we are able to do. Raise it depending on the type of product. Make sure people have a reasonable profit margin.
The cap.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 20% is. I don't think the 20% itself would need to be changed. I think the profit margin that cap is enacted needs to be larger. You can't put 370 credits across every single avatar product.
Yes.
And expect that to be fair.
Yeah.
It's not. Okay, it's not. And besides, not all derivation chains are a bad thing.
Yeah.
There are derivation chains on products that are very bare, opacity clothing that we have discussed earlier, that people make beautiful textures on top, and they in turn also set
Yes.
colors and variations of those products. All these people need paid for their work. And if there's people willing to pay for it, I don't know why we should be limiting it to 370. I think for clothing it should be at least 500, at least. And that's just clothing. That's not even touching hair, accessories, avatars, animation. Oh my god.
So
rooms, furniture, all stuff.
they mention in some of the VIP adjustments. So for Emerald VIP, I mean, I suppose you can that what you just said is sort of addressed with the adjustments to the VIPs. So Emerald creators can withdraw up to their massa plus an extra 10%. So that's after, so that's after the 20% cap. So that's basically whatever money is left in your royalty payout balance. You can, instead of, let's say, sake of argument, it's $500. Your massa is 500, so you ask for $500, but you have $2,000 in your balance. So all of that is what's left after all this math calculation and all of this stuff, plus 10%, which is what, 50 $50. So you're getting $550, or well, in this case, it's $100. So yeah, so it's capped at so it's capped at $100 additional. Yeah.
You have to earn 1,000 before you're able to cash out that.
Yeah.
1,000. It's 10%. So
Yes.
10% of 1,000 is 100.
Yeah.
And if you're earning more than that, this is not. It's just not enough.
Well,
it covers a bill.
No, but
One bill.
this is the problem, isn't it? Because this is exactly what we were just talking about earlier. That
What I'm going to lose, opposed to what they're giving me here, minus the expenditure of spending another, because I'm subscribed to Diamond, so spending another $10 minus that, so that's $90 a month. It's not even 100. It's 90 because I have to cash out expenses.
Yeah, but this change to the VIP tiers speaks to what we were talking about earlier, in the sense that, if you are earning, if you have $1,000 in your massa, or you can cash out $1,000. I mean, what is an extra $100 to as a benefit to?
It's not much.
Emerald VIP.
Opposed to the cap, I will be losing more than $100. I guarantee. I'm not even done the math, and I know I'll be losing.
Well, how much is Emerald VIP? It's $30.
It's $30.
$30 a month.
$29.99, I think. So, yeah, it goes in increments of 10. I think gold is 5, and then you have platinum, which is 10, and then you have diamond, which is 20.
Yeah.
And then emerald, which is 30.
Yeah.
And it comes with other benefits, but as a creator, not a social.
Yes.
A user of the social part of IMVU. I think the priority peer review, and maybe this would be what I would be interested in.
Yeah.
But it's not enough comparing to the cap. The cap is a lot larger than what they're giving, definitely.
Yeah, I
think they know that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would need to look at it from the point of view of, the royalty, the payout numbers in your creator payout panel. What's in there? I think you mentioned it earlier. What's in there is what's left from all of this. So once all of this has been calculated, whatever is in your payout is what's left of all of this. So it's potentially it's for the bigger creators, at least, it's going to be quite a heavy hit, because 20% is.
I was talking about it, like, when I crunched a couple of numbers. I was talking about it personally, official, that I, on my Miss Maya account, before this year, which I have been doing meshes, but the 2 years previous, I was % mesh heads.
Yeah.
Texturing,
Yeah.
And I did the split. And apparently, my profit for 2 years of my work is going to be affected.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That is going to be a lot of money. I am not happy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So it's
going to be heavy.
I cannot help but feel that this is going to hit the bigger creators really hard, and it doesn't necessarily affect the smaller creators. So anybody that's earning under $500 a month, or can cash out $500 a month on the standard massa, if you're earning $500 ish a month, you're not necessarily going to be hit by any of this. It's only the people that are earning, I mean, reasonable, significant, large amounts of cash that are going to be hit really hard with this. And they're...
It's all working on percentages.
Yeah.
So yeah, the bigger percentage, the bigger the cut.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not a negative, it's not necessarily positive, it's a... I've no idea how this is going to work in practice. And this is all... it's not speculative. We're just trying to figure out what this means. What does this actually mean? Boots on the ground, because these numbers, it works. It looks okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't look okay, but relative to an image, it looks fine as an image spread out like this. But what does it mean in practice? And how much? Because you would need to know how much you were... I mean, for us as creators, our cost-benefit analysis, we would need to know how many credits we are essentially losing to the royalty program before we get the payout. So 20%, we're losing a significant percentage of our potential royalty payouts to this program. Which then means, okay, what's the cost benefit for continued participation in the royalty program, in the creator program? Because
it's definitely going to make people reconsider their VIP subscriptions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think any big creator is going to want to sign up for Emerald for just $100 more.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're making, several thousand, well, if before this change is brought in, if you are earning several $1,000s a month, some of the really big creators earn significant amounts of cash. So how are they going to be hit by this? How much?
Well, in order to calculate that, you have to take most creators have a standard price profit margin usually. I mean, at least I do. When I derive ahead, I know how much. When I make a hair mesh, I know. You know what I mean? And you use flex factors calculate.
Yeah.
To effectively calculate how much you're going to lose, and if you don't have that product set as derivable, I mean, you can change the price at any time.
Yeah.
You can do that. You're free to do that. Like, they can't stop.
Yeah.
As long as it's not derivable.
Yeah. All right. So we've been going nearly 3 hours.
Yeah, I need to go lady room. So
yeah,
I'm
eat.
going. Bye.
Yeah. Well, this was productive, even though it's not necessarily the sort of the positive outcome or positive discussion that we might have wanted to have. It's still productive because it still gives us an idea with working our way through this to see how it functions, how it's going to work, or what are the consequences of it all. Yeah, so I mean, somebody was just...
Clouds.
Sorry?
It's all in clouds.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's all... It's... Yeah.
Nothing is permanent.
No.
There is no decision made. And I see people posting on Instagram or social platforms that IMVU will take 80%. That's not true. That's insane.
No. It's 20% wholesale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ofofo's saying, so if Miss Maya drops hair mesh 740 credits. No. So there's about, this is why I'm saying that not every product it's fair, this cap, okay? Hair takes a decent amount of work, and I have to do a hairstyle every single time, people can derive from eternally. Like, there's only so much you can do with a hairstyle. You put different baby hairs on it, a few add-ons on it, but it's the same hairstyle. So I don't add 100 credits. The universal profit margin is 200. And that leaves only like 170 clear profit margin for someone to earn from hair. Now, usually that's fine, because a lot of the people put like 100. Yeah, Focus Sensors puts 80, 100 profit for hairs. Yeah, you should be good. You should be good, providing that the hair is not overly expensive to begin with. However, anyone that puts more because they add more detail, simply because they value their work, price it the way they want, which is their right, then they're going to go a little over and is going skimmed. Not a lot to begin with. Unless you put like 1,000 credits put on top of that, then you're going to be a significant slash. But if, say, you put 200 credits instead of the 170, you probably won't see much come with that profit. It'll only be a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it sucks.
Yeah, I were suggesting to them before this silly idea. We had a gig marketplace, like, related to Bitcoin, blah blah blah, yada yada.
Yes.
We'll pay with your real life money or your credits, stuff like that. So, as for example, Miss Maya, I bought like, let's say, decent amount of things from your website, okay? And I only uploaded one here. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my mistake. Doesn't matter. But why not? I asked them, like, why not we don't make something on our website, on our platform, to support those who make a file for other creators,
File sales, yeah.
and
Assets.
give them like smaller, like, give like some kind of discount, like, why would Miss Maya or Totsi or Beats or whoever, like, why would we pay somewhere else, let's say 5% instead of, like, give us 4%, okay, 1% less. Like, keep us on your own platform, and we earn the money,
Yeah.
you earn the money, like, fair enough, like, give us opportunity. And with all their resources and control, they can simply make that, but they never reply to that.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
I
it will
get
be
I
easier
get it.
for y'all, you know.
Yeah. I get it. Like, the thing is, not everybody. I imagine not everybody. Same. IMVU doesn't want to kind of go outside anything, that isn't officially what they can control. I understand that.
Yeah, because you're talking liability issues. That's
liability
issues.
issues.
That's the problem.
That's it.
Yeah.
The thing is, everything that file sellers, websites like Virtual Slay sell, we follow our own terms.
Yeah.
For that thing, and our own license. And IMVU, although IMVU benefits tremendously platforms.
Yeah.
And all platforms similar, it's they might want to keep their distance in certain ways, which is understandable when you look at it from a business perspective.
Well, we've been going just shy of 3 hours, so I guess we should call it quits here, and just keep our eyes open for updates and information that IMVU drop in relation to this. Yeah, well, yeah. In relation to this and how it's going to affect us. So we just need to be vocal and just run through the information that they've provided us and just be vocal about any omissions, holes, ways that it can be gamed, questions, anything. Just post those in the official Discord channel in the thread that they've got running, and let's see what happens from here, because I think Satari said that this hasn't been implemented yet, and they are reading the feedback. So it's important to be vocal and analytical in our criticisms. Don't just
And please don't attack mods or staff.
Yeah, don't rage.
And moderators are volunteers.
Yeah.
They're there to moderate, to make sure that things don't get out of hand and stay on top. Like, please don't attack them. And staff that are present in the Discord also they don't make these kind of decisions directly.
No, they're just relaying them to us. Yeah.
Satori is just relaying a message.
Yeah.
And we need to kind of keep our calm, or else they're just going to put us off as a mob, and
Yeah. All right. We'll call it quits there. And thanks for... this was a massive stream in here in Discord. Never had this many people in a live VC before. So that was interesting. And the system didn't collapse.
Oh my gosh. Next time we'll use a stage, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
So...
thank you guys for hosting this, by the way.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Kat.
It's very important that we talk about these things and talk about them without the pitchforks and torches. Those come later. Somebody will be handing those out, I'm sure.
Yes.
But yes, so thank you very much for everybody that was in the chat, in the stream, and on the various lives on the YouTubes, the Twitches, Rumble, and Facebook. Oh, I didn't even look at the Facebook comments. Did we have any? Oh, I think we might have done, but we've missed those. Oh well. Facebook is dead to me anyway. I don't know if there will be a follow-up to this. It all depends on what happens based on the information that IMVU are going to collect, because obviously they're going to be collecting a lot of information from the official stream. So yes, if you want to say something about this, make sure you are a member of the official Discord. So that's just discord.com/IMVU, I think.
Wait a minute. Here, I've got one. Wait. There you go.
Yeah, so there's so discord.gg/IMVU official. So that is the official Discord channel. So
it's a link. And post it in chat if you want. I just left the link there.
Yeah, so if anybody's in... oh, yeah, hang on. I'll copy
grab that.
Yeah, copy that into... Whoops. Into there. Alright, so drop that into all the other streams. Yeah, so I'll just copy paste that onto the... Make that really big. So that is the official Discord channel. So discord.gg/IMVU, as they would say, but we say IMVU official. That's theirs.
Then you head to Creator News.
Yes.
On the latest announcement, there is a link to the thread where it's being active.
Yeah, so Creator News. Yeah, so that's the channel.
Yeah, that's the channel where it's announced, and you can find the thread. Otherwise, it's a real pain to find the thread.
Yeah, it is.
Already
it really is. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thanks for this, Maya. This was interesting as always, and we might be partially to blame for this, kind of, in a way.
Oh God, don't. I'm already losing sleep. Don't add that to my. I'm sending IMVU my therapist bill.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a follow up on this. So this might just end up being a one off, depending on what happens from here on in with regards to the changes that IMVU are implementing. So, but if there is going to be another one, we'll keep everybody posted, and we'll just do another live stream and just take it from there. Right.